Hi, Ainsley. It's Mother.
What? Mother? How did you get this number?
Don't be silly, dear. When you have money the way that we do, you can find out a lot of things.
I told all of you to leave me alone. It's been 3 years. No contact, like I requested. Why are you contacting me now?
Are you still on that whole no contact nonsense? Give it a rest, dear.
Honestly. You, Dad, and my siblings made my life hell. I was outcasted from the family because I didn't want to be a part of the family empire. I've been doing well on my own, so why are you contacting me now?
Well, on your own? Aren't you working a job or something?
Yes, a job that I love. I am helping out at the museum as a tour guide and teacher. I get to work with kids and create accessible programming for those less fortunate.
On and on you go. Honestly, I don't know who got it in your head that you need to help the poor people, but you really don't.
Help the poor people? Everyone should do that. Besides, I'm just helping people. I also volunteer at a hotline for mental health. All you wanted to do was get rich, and you didn't care who you stepped on to get there.
It's because of me and your father's tenacity that you even got the life that you did when you were a kid.
Really? It wasn't because of Grandpa?
No. Your father and I worked hard to build our own wealth.
By scamming people and being unethical in every business transaction? How many millions of dollars have you cheated people out of? At least Grandpa's business was authentic, and he was always wanting to help people. I'm glad I took after him rather than any of you.
Wow, you're such a white knight or whatever. Are you ready to come off your high horse? The reason why I'm contacting you is because we have news. Family news.
And what exactly is that?
Your grandpa passed away a couple of weeks ago.
What? A couple of weeks ago? And no one thought to contact me or tell me?
Make up your mind. First, you're biting my head off for contacting you in the first place, and now you're getting angry that we didn't contact you when Grandpa died? You're a true piece of work. Nothing that we do will ever be good enough for Little Miss Perfect.
Okay, you can stop. I can't believe you. I didn't see anything in the papers about it. I was due for my monthly visit this week. I don't understand why no one said anything.
We wanted to keep it on the down low.
Why?
Hey, kid, we're no contact. I don't need to explain anything to you. You ensured that.
Okay, for the last time, I went no contact because it was best for me. I didn't mean to offend you, although now I do mean to offend you. You guys are seriously the worst family. You don't care about anyone but yourselves, and you threatened me when I tried to come clean about the way you ran your so-called business. That's why I left the family. Grandpa was never a part of that. And you know that I was close to him. The fact that you wouldn't tell me when he passed away, that's despicable.
We just thought we were doing what you asked. We didn't mean anything by it. But if you want to continue to paint us as the bad guys, then go right ahead. We don't need your approval.
Wait, if Grandpa passed away a couple of weeks ago, when was his funeral? Did I miss his funeral?
We opted out of having a funeral. Such a drab occasion, don't you agree?
What about his friends, his business partners? Don't you think that they would have wanted to at least say goodbye to him?
Again, honey, we wanted to keep it on the down low. It's not a big deal. I don't know why you're making such a big fuss out of it.
I mean, I told you, didn't I?
Yeah, after like 3 weeks or whatever.
I can't believe you guys. I didn't even get to say goodbye to him.
A lot of people didn't get to say goodbye to him. Quit trying to be a victim.
Now, with all that being said, we're sending you over a few of his things. Why? A few of his things? Where did the rest of his things go? Don't tell me you vultures have already picked everything apart.
Of course not. Geez, you really assumed the worst out of your parents. We only took what was most valuable and what was rightfully ours.
What about the things Grandpa left behind for me? What about my inheritance?
Wow, you sure are a hypocrite.
First, you berate us for going through your grandpa's things, and now you want to know all about what he's left behind for you? I knew that you didn't hang out with him out of the goodness of your heart. I knew deep down you're just as greedy as us all. No, that's not what I meant. I just know that Grandpa was talking to me about my inheritance the last time we saw each other. I want to know where it is to make sure that you don't get your grubby hands on it. Goodness knows that you would squalor it away with your useless business ventures. Again, honey, business ventures that have put food on the table and kept you in the best private school money can buy. And there was no inheritance for you. Sorry. What? That's obviously a lie. Why would Grandpa talk to me about my inheritance and what I should do with it if he wasn't going to leave me anything? I don't know. He was a senile man by the time he died. No, he wasn't. He was of sound mind. We had perfectly lucid conversations up until he passed. You think you had perfectly lucid conversations. Who knows with you two? Even if there wasn't an inheritance, per se, it would have left me something. He knows how much I loved that old house of his. I don't know what to tell you. He left you nothing. I guess you didn't mean nearly as much as you thought you meant to him. How could you say that to me? Don't pretend to care now. I've always cared. I've always loved Grandpa. I thought of him as more of a parental figure than either you or Dad. Well, now he's gone, and you're left with nothing. Are you ready to come back to the family? What? You think after this amazing conversation that I'd be willing to just run back into the family business? No, I'm not going to be scamming people for their money. Again, honey, we aren't scamming people. They make their own decision to invest in our ventures. What happens with their money is out of our hands and up to fate. No, it isn't. You both just make stupid decisions and invest in the wrong things. You know that's not true. Anyways, if you think that our business is such a scam, doesn't that make you want to come and make it ethical or whatever? We could really use you. You've always been great with numbers. I already said no. I'm not running numbers for your stupid business. We kind of need you to, honey. What? Why? Nothing to concern yourself over. What? Is your business finally failing? Are people starting to see that you don't know anything? How dare you? Your father and I work very hard on our empire, and your siblings have been nothing but helpful. You only use my brothers to scare people off whenever they come knocking on your door about money. Yeah, because they know what it takes to run a family business. They're loyal to our family, unlike you. Yeah, I'm not loyal to this family, and I don't believe for 1 second I wasn't left an inheritance. Well, everything is said and done. There's not much you can do. Anyways, give it a thought. We really need you to run numbers for us. We've recently come into some money and need to know where best to invest it for the best bang for our buck. There are still people stupid enough to invest in your company? Let's just say that we've had a few old, reliable investors lately. Yeah, that doesn't sound shady at all. Just give it some thought, kiddo. Don't call me that. Fine, whatever. Have it your way. Your things are at your grandpa's place. The house is ours, so make sure you tell someone before you go to the property. We wouldn't want to have you arrested or anything. Unbelievable.
Hi, babe. I couldn't help but notice you were a bit tense at dinner. Is everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine. Tell our dinner guests that I'm sorry that I had to dip out of the dinner so soon.
I'm sure they'll understand. They're good people. Do you want me to send someone to pick up anything for you? Do you need anything?
No.
You can always talk to me. Everyone is enjoying the evening's entertainment, so I do have a few moments to talk. Do you want me to come and find you?
No, it's all right.
Are you sure? What's going on?
Oh, my family got in contact with me.
What? Aren't you on a no-contact basis? And what about the peace order? I can phone my firm and get some warrants for their arrest. Are they harassing you?
No, at least not yet. My mother offered me a job within the family business.
Family business is a word I'd use lightly when it comes to your family's so-called empire.
Exactly. I told her I didn't want to be a part of that life. In fact, she'd probably call me a narc if I told her I was married to you.
Married to a super hot rich lawyer? No.
Wow, fond of yourself, aren't you?
So what if I'm confident?
I love you.
I love you too, honey. So you said no to your family, and now what? Do you think they're going to continue contact with you? After everything that you put in place to stop that from happening?
I don't know. I hope not. I mean, if they were able to find my phone number, it won't be long until they find out that I'm married to a lawyer. At that point, they might never speak to me again, which may not be a bad thing.
Then why the sour mood?
Well, they didn't tell me my grandpa passed away.
Why? Grandpa Al passed away? When?
Apparently a couple of weeks ago.
And they didn't tell you?
No, they didn't. I think it was so that I wasn't around for the reading of the will.
Reading of the will? You don't think they're trying to stop you from getting your inheritance, do you?
Wait, that actually makes a lot of sense.
What do you mean that it makes a lot of sense? That's a terrible thing to do. Not to mention illegal.
No. I mean, yeah, they probably did do that. I thought it was weird that my grandpa would tell me about what he wanted to do with my inheritance, only for him not to give me one.
Your grandfather didn't leave you anything? I thought you said your grandpa was leaving you something like a house or some money. I mean, you're probably the only one who visits him more than once a year. Even after you went no contact with your family, you continued visiting every month.
Why? You only married me for my money or something?
Of course not. If I married for money, I would not marry you.
Ouch! What? My modest salary isn't enough for you, Mr. Hotshot Lawyer?
Not quite good enough. It's a good thing you've got plenty of charm to hold me over.
Wow, you're really laying it on thick. I already married you.
Speaking of, did you tell your parents that we're married? Again, I don't want to pressure you. It's all on your timing, whatever you think is best. But if I have to take them to court because they stole your inheritance, then I guess they'll figure it out that we're married.
Yeah, that might give it away. No, I haven't told them yet. Maybe I should, but I honestly feel like they don't even deserve to know that. Not if they actually did steal my inheritance. I know that they stoop to low levels in their not super legal business of scamming people, but I never thought that they would never scam me.
Money makes people do weird things. So let me get this straight. They said that your grandpa didn't leave you anything? Even after he basically trained you on how to carry on his work after he was gone?
Yeah, basically. I knew it was weird. And the fact that they didn't tell me about his passing away until weeks after the fact. That must have been some ploy in order for them to keep me from hearing the will. But I can't wrap my head around why I wouldn't have received anything.
Yeah, with the whole reading of the will, it doesn't matter who is there to listen, as long as the will is abided by. I don't understand how they bypassed the entire law. This all seems very fishy. I should look more into it.
How are you going to do that? And is there anything I can even do at this point? I mean, if they have stolen my inheritance, then it's as good as gone, the way that they blow through money.
I'll make a few phone calls. What was your grandfather's lawyer/friend's name?
Stuart, I can give you all his information.
Yeah, give me all his information, and I'll go through everything. Make sure that nothing untoward has happened.
I don't think Stuart would do anything intentionally malicious or commit fraud or whatever. He's a good man, and he was good friends with my grandfather. I trust him.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll try and find out as much as I can about what might have happened and how we can fight it. In the meantime, I would keep your family happy.
Do I have to?
I'm not saying rebuild your relationship or whatever. Just keep them distracted from whatever digging we have to do.
Okay, very well. But that doesn't mean I'm going to say yes to working with them. I won't go that far to hide the fact that we're snooping.
I wouldn't expect you to.
Hi, honey. Did you put any more thought into coming back to work with us? No, I can't say that I have. Why not? You know my reasons why. Well, we've come into a lot of money, and we have no way to deal with it. We need to know the best action in order to get the most profit. As I said, the most bang for our buck. And how exactly did you come into this money? I'm actually really curious. That's not important. All you need to tell us is what we need to do in order to quadruple our money. That way we become one of the richest families in America. I know that we can do it. Your father and I are very dedicated. You know, maybe if you were more dedicated to your children, they wouldn't have a no-contact policy with you. Speaking of which, the no-contact policy is still a thing.
I just don't understand why you want to live a normal person kind of life when you could live in luxury and with the finest things with your family. I really don't understand how you became such an ungrateful brat. I'm not an ungrateful brat. I completely recognize my privilege. I just don't want to be mixed up in your business. It's not a good look, and it's not going to lead you anywhere good. I'm actually amazed that you haven't been found out at this point. And why are you saying that? Do you know what happened the last time you threatened to open up about the family business? I'm not threatening the family. I guess I'm just seeing you all in a new light. What the hell does that mean? It's none of your business. You haven't been speaking to Stuart, have you? No, I haven't. Why? Why shouldn't I speak to Stuart? No reason. It's not like we have anything to hide. You can speak to whomever you'd like. So, you wouldn't mind if I phoned up Stuart right now and asked him about the will? Why do you need to know about the will? We've already told you everything. I know that it's hard to believe that your grandpa wouldn't leave you anything because you think you were the most special thing to him. But that's just life, sweetheart. You have to get used to it. You know, I'm not concerned about the will because I'm convinced that I was Grandpa's favorite. I just think it's weird that he would coach me on how to spend my inheritance when he knew he was never going to leave me one. That's what I'm concerned about. It's not about having money or being Grandpa's favorite or whatever. It's about making sure that nothing shady is happening underneath my nose. Like what? It's not enough that you want to destroy your family's business, but now you're suspicious that we had anything to do with the fact that your grandpa didn't leave you anything? You must think very low of us. I do. Okay, seriously, what's your problem? I don't know what happened while you were away, but we're not the bad guys. We're your family. Family stays together. They don't go threatening to call the authorities on the rest of their family. We thought we taught you better than that. Me calling the authorities had nothing to do with family loyalty. It has everything to do with doing the right thing. I wouldn't expect any of you to understand. And don't try and make me look like I'm the one in the wrong. You're the one who's been scamming people for years. Oh, sweetie. So you think you're above the rest of us? I wonder what that lawyer boyfriend of yours would think about that. Does he know that you come from our family? Or have you told them it's just a big coincidence that you share the last name with us? Wait, you know about Jeff? How long have you been keeping an eye on me? When I said no contact, I meant no contact from either side, meaning that I didn't contact you and you didn't contact me. I don't even know why you would want to check up on me. I thought I was the disappointment in the family. Oh, relax. It was never about you. We just needed to make sure that you were keeping your promise of not speaking to the authorities about our business ventures. Wow, that's even worse. You didn't even care about my well-being or anything. You just wanted to make sure that I didn't rat on the family. That's right. You're unbelievable. I will get to the bottom of everything. What does that mean? You'll see. Oh, sweetie, don't be like that. You know that we love you. Ainsley? Ainsley, don't do anything you're going to regret.
Okay, I have everything prepared.
Really? So it's true? They stole my inheritance?
Yeah, not only that, but they also auctioned off most of your grandfather's valuables.
What?
Yeah, Stuart was beside himself when he found out that you weren't actually in the psych ward.
In the psych ward? Why would he think that I was in the psych ward?
Probably because your family told him you were. They said that you had some sort of mental breakdown and weren't able to properly take care of the assets you were left by your grandfather. They claimed to be your power of attorney and had everything transferred into the family bank account.
You can't be serious. How did they manage to pull that off? Stuart was one of my grandfather's oldest friends. I thought for sure he would have seen through all of that.
He was suspicious, but when they pulled out documentation that we now know is fake that proved you were in the psych ward.
OMG. You can't be serious. That has to be super illegal, right?
All of it is illegal. But I wanted to ask you first before I did anything else.
Ask me what?
Whether you wanted me to go ahead with this. This is stuff that your entire family can go away for at least a couple of years, maybe more.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. But I know what my grandpa wanted, and it wasn't this. Also, they know about you.
You told them about us?
No, they apparently have been watching me for a lot longer than I thought. But they don't know that we're married. They just think that we're dating still.
And that is a breach of your peace order.
We can really deal them some damage. Legally, of course.
I didn't want to have to do this, but you've given me no choice. We're going to have to do this the hard way.
Do what the hard way?
You're clearly trying to stick your nose in places that it doesn't belong. So I'm asking you once again, are you going to run the numbers for our family business again? For the last time, no. I'm done with all of you. You have done nothing but insult me, berate me, and hold me back. I made it clear that I didn't want to have any contact with any of you, but you breached that time and time again. How am I supposed to work for your business knowing that you don't respect me now? We do respect you. We love you. You're our daughter. We only want what's best for you.
Oh, really? That's what you're going with?
Okay, we've gotten on the wrong foot. We wanted to get in contact with you again for a while now, but we just didn't know how. Come on, don't you want to be a family again?
You literally just threatened me. You said that we were going to have to do this the hard way.
I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just saying that this has been very difficult. We love you, and we want you to be a part of our family again. That's all we're asking.
No, you're not. You don't care one bit about me or my life. You even said that the only reason why you had me followed and watched was to make sure I didn't say anything about the company.
Of course, that wasn't the only reason. We were also curious to see how our baby girl was doing. I mean, you're doing so well for yourself. Having a lawyer as a boyfriend? That's wonderful.
Actually, we're married.
What?
See? What do you have to say about that? You're not so fond of me now, are you?
Nonsense. Why didn't you tell that to us before? We'd love to meet him.
He's gonna meet you in court for stealing my inheritance.
Huh? Stealing your inheritance? We didn't steal your inheritance. I don't know who's putting all of these ideas in, but it's not true.
Oh, save all your lies for the courtroom. I'm done.
Courtroom? You're not actually going to send us to court. We're family. You wouldn't do that to us.
I wouldn't do that to you, huh? What about you stealing my inheritance? Stuart told us everything that I inherited. Grandpa's entire estate and assets. And you try to take it from me. We're not family. We haven't been for a long time.
No, please don't. You're going to ruin us.
That's not my problem. Goodbye, Mother. The story of my family stealing my inheritance from me and all of the illegal scamming that they've been doing made international headlines. It was a media storm at every courtroom hearing, and as more details came to light, thanks to my amazing lawyer of a husband, the case was looking more and more like a done deal. I managed to get everything that my grandfather had left for me, and using his training and ideas, I plan on continuing his legacy of philanthropy. Instead of working at the museum, I'm now a benefactor, and I'm able to sponsor a lot of children to attend the summer camps there. My husband wanted to continue doing law, despite the fact that I can easily retire both of us now. It was never about money for him. It was always about doing what is right. And since he's now my only family, I count myself pretty lucky.